Hi, everybody. Oh, I'm hearing an echo on my phone. I'm messing up my whole setup. Hello? All right, I'm hearing an echo. Are you guys hearing an echo? Yes, you're hearing an echo. Hold on. Darn it all. I had it set up just. There we go. Now see if I can get it back on here. Nope, I'm here still in it. Anybody on? Are you hearing an echo? Mute. Oh, it didn't stay. No, it did. All right, let's see if I can get this phone put back on here in the right spot. And we will get this show on the road. All right, let me add it to the video. 2 seconds. My internet is super slow tonight, so I apologize ahead of time. If we're having any play issues. Because my internet at home seems to be really, really off today. All right, I'm back. Why am I hearing an echo? You guys. Oh, that's why, because my phone is, hold on. If the volume changes on my phone, I get the feedback. So I'm just going to have to play around and see what I can get. Hey, Kathy. Okay, good. It's gone. Yeah, my volume button, if it gets turned up, it sends the echo. So next time I'm going to try and join with no volume or no audio from my phone because I use my iPad for the sound. So I'm glad. Are you at your destination, Kathy? Made it safe and sound? Or are you still on the road? I'm going to put my computer over here. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Probably pooped out with that journey. So I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to move my camera down and everything. I got to show you my fun little hat I got. And I might not have it on at the end because it is really hot. So let me come to my video. And I'm going to go down to my desktop already. My lighting is all messed up because I had to use it for something else. And so I got my lighting all messed up, but I hope it's going to be okay for the video. It looks a little dark, but I am back on my laptop tonight. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm using this retired stamp set and some of the dies that go with it. But I want to show you. Let me show you the card. I got to take this hat off, guys. I'm eating the fuzzy stuff. So let me show you the card real quick. And this paper was so pretty that I wanted to make a pretty like focal point. And I did not have the leaves of holly. This one would be awesome as the focal point on this card. The decorated with happiness would also be very, very neat on the front there. And this mistletoe magic bundle, the mistletoe magic set would also be very cool on the front of here. And when I first got the paper out, the first thing that came to my mind, because it was this poinsettia paper, was this stamp set and die. But I'm just giving you those other options. This paper is so pretty. I'm gonna have to order me another pack before the catalog ends next week. It's just such a pretty bundle of paper, pack of paper. And this is all I got, was this half a pack from Paper Share. So I will have to get some more, but I just wanted to show you guys, this is the stamp set that I'm using, but those others would work wonderfully. And I'm only using the stamp set for the sentiment in the inside. Any stamp set that you have will work. And any embellishment dies that you have will work. I just use this one. And I will show you, because I've already kind of pre-cut everything. I use the medium poinsettia, the smaller leaf, and then the little berries. And that's it. Oh, geez, Kathy, how far you got? Hopefully you're almost there. I was just talking to Mike about it. You don't have to type. It's probably hard to type on your phone. So I was just telling Mike that I wasn't sure if you were there yet. So I am going to start a little bit over. I'm Jill Blanchette with Green Thumb Stampers, and Merry Christmas. I am keep forgetting that today is Christmas. It's a little low key and boring at my house. So very easy to forget that it's Christmas Day. It's just Mike and I hanging around here. We just had a nice dinner that he created for us. And I've been watching movies today and doing some stamping, getting some stamping stuff done. So I hope that you guys are all having a great day, spending time with friends and family, doing everything that your little heart has desires on this Christmas Day. So here's our card. This is the layout that was from the sketch challenge for this month. But her card like would open. I always, because I want to make it a little bit more for my video, I always take her layout and step it up a notch, or I try. And so I made this clear belly band with the window sheet paper for mine. And then I have mine open like this. And then, like I said, hers, you just put these pieces of paper on there, and then like your card would open. This part was not cut. I cut that open for you guys to make this card with this clear belly band so that it didn't take away. I'm having a really tough time getting this on and off for some reason, but I didn't want it to take away from the card itself, the focal point. So I made a clear belly band with it. So I'm going to set that aside. And thanks, Kathy. And I'm going to get started. Got my little instructions over here. So you're going to start with a 10.5 by 8-inch piece of paper, because when I'm done, I've made it 2 card widths. So I want it to be 5 1/4 by 4 inches when I'm done. So I doubled that to make it 10.5 by 4. Did I just say that wrong? I think I want it to be, yes, I did say that wrong. No, I want it to be 5 1/4 by 4. So I made it 10.5 by 8. So a couple tries took me to figure out what I needed to do. So I'm going to go slow and try and get them right for you guys, so I don't have to run over and get a new piece of paper. So I'm going to, first and foremost, I want to have my lines so that I can fold it in. So I needed to come in at, so this is 8, I need the center to be 4, so I need to go out 2 inches. So I'm going to score at 2 inches on each side. If this is confusing, I'm sorry, but you'll see when I get to it. And then I'm going to turn it and do 2 inches again. And then for the other side, I need it to score at 2 5/8, which is half of the 5 1/4. And I'm going to go and do it over here at 2 5/8 again. And now, as you can maybe see, I've got my 4 by 5 1/4 inch space in the center right here. So I'm going to work around that. So now I'm going to get my pencil and I'm going to mark the center on each side of the paper. So I'm going to go at 4 inches. And you might not be able to see me down here, but I'm going to make a little mark at the bottom and a little mark at the top. So each half has been marked, or each end. Then I'm going to turn it to 5 1/4. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a little mark. And I'm going to come down here and make a little mark. So now we have our centers marked for each portion of the paper. And so I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut from the 5 1/4 mark to the 4 inch mark at that angle. Now, I kind of made this up, I'm not going to lie. So if it's confusing or seems backwards or there's a better way to do it, by all means, have at it. Because like I said, I kind of made this up as I just didn't cut that off right there. Must have moved my dot. Let's see if I can cut that down. So as I was trying to figure this out, I was doing what I thought was going to be the most straightforward. And that's how I'm doing it for you. So then you're just going to turn the paper and go around and keep doing that same thing and go from the center mark to the opposite side, the mark on the opposite side. And you want to be pretty precise if you can, because when you go to fold them up, they may not line up correctly. So wish me luck. Cut this one. And then we got the last side. We're going to cut from mark to mark. Like so. And that completes all the cutting for it. And then this is where I said we'll fold it up. So this is kind of where our lines, our score lines and cut lines kind of will matter. Let's see if I can get them to not be too far out of whack. And then we'll come through with our eraser and try and get these little marks off if you can, your little pencil marks. That's why you just make a little tiny mark. I'm gonna, let's see, I'll fold these down. Let me fold this up and see what I could do to get it to finagle its way in there. And I might have cut this one. This might be the one where I cut it a little bit wonky, so. Mark off there. And now we'll come down from the top. And what I can do is just go in and trim this back up, because when I went through the final, that second cut, it didn't, all it did was bend it over. It didn't actually cut it because it was such a small portion to cut off. Sort of wants to come up. There we go. And then there. So that comes out pretty good. I still do have that little tiny bit there that wants to fold and not cut. So I'm going to just end up leaving it rather than keep messing around with it. Oh, I got one more pencil mark to get off on this point. Okay. So now we've got our card base ready. Right here. You can go ahead and glue it onto your base if you want to do that at this step. Or I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I do need the cutter back. And one more little bit here. So we've got 2 patterns of the designer series paper from the pack that I showed you called Boughs of Holly. And they are 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to cut them at the same time just so I know that they're cut the same. And we're going to cut from corner to corner. I'm going to try and keep them together and turn it to the other corner. And then set them aside. Try and keep them kind of in order so you don't get them too mixed up. I'm going to set them over here next to me. And then we want to take our card and we're going to put 2 pieces of the one pattern on each side. And then we'll save the other 2 for the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these on. You can use your green glue, whatever is your glue of choice. Just try and make sure to get up to the points so that they stay, that they get glued down. And I'm trying to line up the paper with the point. I think it'll be easier to worry about if you cut it a little bit off. It'll be easier. If you're just lining up, if you go up here to your point and then line it up from there, hopefully it'll all fall into place correctly, or at least be out of alignment evenly. So now I'm going to use the solid green on the other side, or on these sides. Line that up at the point. And then to put on the last piece. Right here. And that'll complete our decorating for the outside. Then we're going to take those other 4 pieces and we're going to turn it to the inside. So we're going to put these on the inside of the card. And I just thought that this really prettied it up by putting it on the inside. You can leave it plain if you want. I just think it added a little something extra. And I'm going to try and use up more of my paper. So why not put it on the inside? No more paper hoarding. 2023, I'm going to try and not paper hoard. I got somebody keeps texting me, you guys, on my iPad, wanting to know something about a card, but I don't know who it is because it's just their phone number. And I don't normally check because I don't have an iPhone. It just goes to my iPad. And I don't ever see them. And I just happened to see it tonight when I was setting up. So they want to know something, but I don't know what card they're talking about. I don't know who's talking to me. So I know it's some spammer creeper person, but if it's you, I'm sorry, calling you creeper. But use my Facebook Messenger or something besides the iPhone Messenger because I don't use that very often. So I was lucky that I saw it. I'm an Android girl. I just have an iPad for my videos. All right, so now there's our card. And then I did stamp on the inside, which I will do while I got it here before I glue it on the inside. And I used the May Magic and Wonder Bloom This Holiday. And I used Pear Pizzazz. Thought that would look good with all those greens. Okay, so now we got our stamping done. This card doesn't take much stamping. It's just kind of a fun fold. So now I'm going to glue it to the base. And probably this piece, you would want to use some Seal Plus or a lot of regular adhesive or your liquid glue just to help hold it on there better. And let's see, that looks pretty good right there. Now we can start with our belly band. I've got a clear piece of window sheet or transparency paper if you have that around. And it is 9 inches long. And I put this as 1 inch wide. And you just want to fold it over a little bit, not too tight, because you need to be able to get it on and off. And then I'm going to use a piece of my double-sided tape because I'm not exactly sure how well the liquid glue would hold it. Does anybody know? Does liquid glue hold down good on mediums that are not cards? Hang on 1 second, guys. Sorry. This afternoon, my nose has decided that it's just going to run like a sieve and at any random given time. So I'm going to go with that's a good thing that my nose is running on its own, but it's not a good thing to do it right now. So I'm going to hold that on there and I'm going to fold this piece over on the top. And like I said, not too tight because you want it to be able to slide on and off. And hopefully I didn't do that too tight. And push it down over the center to hold it down on there. Then for our center, I have a 2.5 inch stitch circle that I cut out with my dies. And I'm going to use the tape again and glue that onto the clear acetate. And I'm going to stick it on right there. And then put my circle over the top. Try and center that on there. And then I cut out, like I told you guys, I just cut out a couple of the leaves in shaded spruce. I stamped the berry things in shaded spruce and real red. And then I cut a couple of the poinsettias in the basic white. Then I have my wink of stella that I'm going to go through. Give it a little squeeze, and I'm just going to go up all like the veins to give it a little bit of sparkle, because I think it deserves a little bit of sparkle. It was pretty. I love this paper. It just looks like such a nice design that it deserves some extra sparkle. And I just did it up these veins like this. And when you run out, you got to give it a little squeeze to get some more down in there. Might be empty. And then I did the same on the second layer. Like this. Da-da-da. Probably should have given another squeeze, but that'll work. Then I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive in the center and then put them a little cockeyed on each other so that they overlap to make a 2-layered flower. And then I'm just going to curl my leaves a little tiny bit, just give them a little bit of texture. I've got one of these pretty beaded pearls. They're retired, but I did happen to have some still, and I just thought that that made such a pretty center for my, get my tape off. Made a pretty center for this flower. And we're going to put that right in the center. Just jazz that up a lot, and I just love it. So now I'm just going to tuck and glue. And so I'm going to start with some glue on the back of my flowers, just to kind of see where I want the leaves to go. And I might want that one to curl up a little more. And then I'm going to tuck some of these berries in there. Just for looks. And it's paper. You can bend it, get it how you want it to look. And then this one, I'm going to come down here and kind of tuck and hide that one up under the white a little bit. And then I'm gonna use this tape again, just because I want to make sure that all my pieces are going to be glued down and stay there. Don't want anything falling out and moving the belly band off to the card or anything on and off. I don't want it to fall, anything to fall off. All right, maybe it's not going to come off. This has always been my struggle with this tape, and then my tape has static, and I usually end up leaving the red covering. That's probably why we make tear and tape now, right? I couldn't find my good tear and tape, so I went with this. All right. So then I'm just going to stick that on the circle. Like so. And then that's our card, guys. Pull off our belly band, and our card opens up like that. Oh, this one goes on much better than my other one does. There you go. There you have it. I'm not going to put my Santa mask back on because I'm just not gonna. Should be back up to me. And that's it, everybody. I'm gonna sign off for tonight. And I thank you all for watching. Have a very merry rest of your Christmas day. And I will be back again on Wednesday with my weekly live. Merry Christmas, everybody. See you later.